Hey everyone, time for another Photoshop quick tip. Today's going to be on creating a contact sheet of all of your compositions. Now you can see I've got one of my photos up on the screen which I've finished editing. Now every photo that I finish editing I'm going to need to save in an appropriate file size and format. So when you've finished it, you'll need to click up on your file menu, then save as. Select JPEG as the file type format to save as, and create the name for your file. In the case of this one was my leading lines image, so I'm going to create my file name leading_lines, and I'm going to pop in my first and last name as well, because we're going to save this in a specific folder for adding into our contact sheet. So we've saved it, we've got our name in there. We're going to change where we save it to a folder on our desktop, and in this case I'm just going to select desktop for this. And we're going to select our format as JPEG. Now we click save, we'll get a little box that pops up here. Now under image options, we need to make sure that our file size here is not more than 1 megabyte. You can see in the case of mine, because I'm saving from a file that was originally there, I can adjust it to around about a megabyte. Yours may not be on the same quality as mine when you get to that megabyte size, 1 megabyte size, but you should be able to get it there. Once you've done that, okay, now that you've saved that, what you'll need to do is create a folder on your desktop. Now you can see on my desktop I've got one here and it's labeled composition. Now in your folder for that, you should have a variety of different images that you've done. In this case, it'd be your camera angle, your close-up, etc., with your first and last name at the end of them. Okay, now that you've got those, we can go ahead and create the contact sheet in Photoshop. So I'm going to go back to Photoshop, and I'm going to go up to my File menu. I'm going to select Automate, and Contact Sheet 2. Now inside Contact Sheet, I've got a bunch of different things I can change. In the case of ours, we're simply going to start by selecting the folder. Now, as we said, we popped it on our desktop, and it's our composition folder. I select that folder and I click open. Alright, so I've selected that, you can see it there. Next, I go down to how my columns and rows of images will look on my page. Now because I've only got 5 images, I want 6 images total on that page. Of course, we're going to have one empty space. In order to do that and to have the largest size images, I'm going to start with my columns. I'm going to have 2 columns. I'm going to have 3 rows. Alright, that allows me to get the best size for my images. Something else we'll do is we'll go and change the document size so that we've got the same size as an A4 page. So change your width to 21 centimeters and your height to 29.7 centimeters. Now that you've done those things there, it should auto space your images, so we don't need to worry about any of that. We can go and press OK. Now the computer will think for a couple of ticks as it does this, and then you'll come up with a contact sheet that looks something like that. Yours may look slightly different depending on whether you have portrait images or only landscape, but that's the final look of your contact sheet. Now we need to save that contact sheet. We're going to go back to File. Again, we'll click on Save. Alright, we're going to go back to that same folder we were just in. So on our desktop, and if we click this little arrow, we can pick it more specifically. I'm going to pick my composition folder. I'm going to change my format to JPEG again. Alright, and I'm going to change the save as name for my image to contact sheet. So contact underscore sheet underscore my first and last name. Now that I've done that, I'm just going to click this little arrow to get it back up here. We'll click save. And again, in the case of this one, maximum image quality is fine, and the file's not too big at 2.6 megabytes, so I'm happy with that. I'll press OK. Now if I go back to my folder on the desktop, I should have my contact sheet in there. This contact sheet you will need to upload to the assignment on Daymap. We'll go through how to do that upload in class, but that's all you need to do as far as completing your contact sheet. Thanks for watching.